Hello, everybody, dear to me. I'm happy to be back. It's Monday, and what we do on Monday is we look at the week ahead in terms of what energy are we dealing with, what advice can I give you, any action that we need to take. So today I'm looking at the Cairo Machete deck of cards. I've had this for quite a while. Wonderful, wonderful artists. You'll see these cards are quite beautiful. And we're just going to use this to see what kind of guidance we need for the week ahead. As I always say, if you're new here, very welcome. And this is what we do on a Monday. And if you are a long-time client and friend, welcome. And thank you for always being here. All right, so we're going to just do a quick shuffle. And then, as usual, I ask, what is the energy for the week ahead? What can we look, at expecting from this week? And as I think I mentioned last week, this energy is quite heavy. There's a lot of difficulty. There's a lot of loss, whether that's loss of a job, a loved one. There's just so much change happening and transformation, and we don't always perceive it as such. But it's ending cycles, either which way we see it. And it's some paths are very positive for certain people, some paths are not very positive for certain people. And there's also this energy of the Mercury retrograde that makes communication quite difficult. It affects appliances and all kinds of things. So if you feel like you're going a little bit crazy, please know that you're not alone, because Mercury is doing its thing, and we are still in the remnants of the eclipse energy as well. So cut yourself a bit of slack, be gentle on yourself and others, try to take a deep breath, and let's see what the week ahead holds. Okay, so what is the energy of the week ahead for us, please? What is the energy of this week ahead? There we go. Oh, the Four of Wands. Okay. This is definitely showing the potential for activity around us. It often shows people coming and going, things, up and down, a lot of activity around us, a lot of different and interesting and weird and wonderful things occurring. And this can also sometimes show that there's some kind of celebration that's coming up. So it could be a wedding, it could be an anniversary, it could be a birthday, but there seems to be something to celebrate this week. All right, a lot of different occurrences, different emotions. It just feels like we're really stuck in this stew. Well, not stuck, but we're caught in the stew of different events occurring, and sometimes we don't know whether we're coming or going. It also shows a lot of in and out in terms of people maybe visiting us, a lot of activity in that sense, a lot of activity with information and communication. And we can just feel really busy when we're not really achieving anything either. So this can be something, can sometimes be a little bit frustrating, but all in all, it's saying, please don't quit, please don't give up. There could be disappointments at least around certain things here, but it's saying do your best under the circumstances, do things as effectively as you can, and also don't be placing too much weight on other people's opinions. This is also something that's important when we see this card. This is saying if things feel like they're all over the place, know that energy will come in that will kind of balance this out, correct certain things, and we might not see how that's going to fall into place or how that occurs or how it's going to work, but the powers that be know what they're doing. All right. So let's see. Do we need to know anything else about this week, please? Anything else about the Four of Wands? There we go. Oh, here we got two. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands. A Knight always shows that a long-term condition is going to change. Knight of Wands is a hugely fiery energy. It's represented by Sagittarius, and it's really outgoing, outspoken, putting its foot forward, best foot forward, to bring change. So sometimes we need to do this. Sometimes we need to take action with something where we've been kind of dragging our feet. Maybe we need to assert ourselves more. Maybe we need to tap into our strength a bit more. But it also does guard us against being too hot-headed or not engaging the brain before we engage the mouth. Okay, that's something that I've always heard from my mom, and it's some of the best advice I've ever had. So engage the brain. Remember to respond as opposed to just reacting, because this is a fiery energy. It can be a bit outspoken, and sometimes, especially when we're working with this kind of Mercury energy that's in retrograde. Mercury is the governor of communication and information. And when that is in retrograde, it can mess that up for you a bit. So watch your words, watch your thoughts, and how your thoughts are translated into words as well. That's vitally important. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is like waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to come to fruition or transpire. And it's saying to us, it's not going to help if we try to force a resolution or we try to really assert ourselves too much right now. All right, so it's about that balance, and it's also about knowing that if we push too hard, then what happens sometimes is we get results, but if we had waited or we had a little bit of patience or perseverance in this regard, we will benefit more and will benefit greatly. So the Seven of Coins really talks about biding our time. We have got frustration around maybe things not coming through the way we like, some delays, postponements, blocks in our path. But it's saying, wait it out. You'd have no other choice to wait it out and see, because once things do happen, they're going to happen at exactly the right time, and they're going to happen better than what you expect, and better than what would probably happen if you forced that resolution. All right, it's like picking a fruit from a tree. If you pick it when it's too soon and it's not ripe, it's going to be bitter, it's going to be hard, and it's really just going to be inedible. But if we wait for it to ripen, the perfect time when we can pluck that beautiful red juicy apple from the tree, that's when we really enjoy the fruits of our labor or the outcome of whatever it is that we are trying to move through. All right, so there is this frustration, there's this wanting or this needing to push something, and we're kind of being warned against that and saying there's no problem taking action. If you can do something constructive and you can move something forward, then go ahead and do it. If you can't, try to channel your energy elsewhere and also be doing things in a balanced way. Keep your mental and emotional balance when you're dealing with certain things. All right, because things are going to kind of come of their own accord, and when they are ready, and that can be exceptionally frustrating for us and difficult to accept in some circumstances, but that is the best course of action for us when we see this kind of energy. All right, so don't take on more than what you can, don't overwhelm yourself, and if you don't have a way forward or there aren't ideas presenting themselves, know that that will come. Okay, and you'll have that thought, or you'll know when to act, especially if you put it out there and you ask your guides and guardians to help you in that regard. Okay, it's saying you have what it takes to push through. Maybe you need somebody that could be of assistance or give you a little bit of guidance in whatever it is that you're dealing with, but you have the ability to work through it. And if you bide your time, you are probably going to get the results you're looking for. All right, is there anything else, please? Anything else for this week? Any advice? Any action we need to take? There we go. The Six of Swords. I just had to straighten it a bit. They are quite bent over. Okay, let me get that nice and clear for you. Once again, this beautiful art by Cairo Machete. All right, this is a slightly different depiction if you're familiar with tarot as well. They're usually going away in the boat. But it's a nice different perspective here. This is about moving on from something, and it might be something you don't necessarily need to you don't want to move on from, or you don't want to have the arduous task that involves moving on from this particular situation. But this is really the energy of the only way out is through. And again, when I mentioned a few seconds ago, there might be somebody that can help you. This card talks about taking help, accepting help, accepting assistance from somebody. That could be on a professional level, whatever it is. But these two women are actually, they're accepting assistance from the boatman who's going to take them away from the situation. They don't necessarily want to leave their home, and it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is over. As you can see here with these swords, it is treacherous waters, so it's saying the energy might not be over, but you definitely need to continue moving forward, but you don't need to do that on your own. So there are people that can potentially help you with that. All right, we've got the full moon in the background there too, even though it seems to be, let me just check. Yeah, it seems to just be obscured by clouds. I'm not sure if that's a crescent moon or not. I would say it's a waning moon, or it's a waning moon, getting smaller, because that would give me the impression that we are moving away from something, trying to close a chapter with something, and if I had to give any advice here, I'd say that this is definitely necessary. Moving forward in whatever small ways you can is important now, and also getting the assistance that you need. This is not a time to really fly solo with certain things. There might be someone who can give you a bit of advice or just can help you with this one chore. Maybe you do need to employ a professional to give you some advice, financial advice, you know, spiritual advice, whatever it is that you might need. Reach out to that person. Maybe it is just a friend that needs to help you out of a situation. Make that call. Don't be afraid to ask for help. All right. But a lot of the time when we see this card, it's kind of something that's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen organically. Someone's going to offer to help us. It's up to us to take that opportunity to say, thank you. Yes, I would love help out of this situation. All right. Is there anything else that we need to know about this week, please? Anything else? Otherwise, I'm just going to take the card from the bottom of the deck. Sorry, I nearly dropped the whole bunch. Okay, 2 more. All right. We've got the 9 of Swords there. Just get the glare off. There we go. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords talks about us really worrying about ourselves and the future, even sometimes the future of other people. We really lose sleep over something. It can also show a prolonged period of anxiety, worry, depression over a particular situation. And it often says to us that what we're worrying about is not necessarily going to come to pass. So this is saying, watch your thoughts. Don't let things haunt you, particularly things from the past. If you know this deck of cards, you'll know that this is the face that they've got in the Devil card, which shows that your perception is clouded. There might be temptations towards things that you should not be engaging in. All right. And especially if we're worrying. So don't be tempted to, drink too much or do any kind of recreational activities that aren't good. This can be any type of temptation as well. All right. Some kind of escape that we're looking for, whether that's in another person, in narcotics, however that attempts to manifest itself. Again, this is saying it's not a time to make huge choices like this. All right. Your perception is clouded and things are probably not going to be as bad as you think they are. So this is literally about watch your thoughts, because you don't want to be praying for what you don't want. Thoughts become things. And when you wake up tomorrow, the scenario that you've made up in your head could be wildly different from what's really going on. This usually shows that the situation is not as bad as she thinks it is. Okay, there's a way out. Again, allow others to help you. Ask for a second opinion before you do anything harsh. That's vitally important. And then we also have the King of Swords that came up here. King of Swords is Libra. It represents balance, justice, also again that mental and emotional balance, the ability to be impartial, as if you were a judge in a particular situation, to look at things from a higher mind, a higher perspective, so that you can make good decisions, informed decisions. You can be humble enough to ask for advice or to ask for assistance. Okay, here he's got this beautiful hawk. Well, I think it's a hawk. Don't beat me up, bird lovers. That was not my strong point when I was in college. I did birds, but I did it very badly. All right. Either way, this is talking about a bird's eye view. That's the first thing that I heard. So it's saying literally look at things as if you were a bird looking down on the situation. What advice would you give yourself? How would you see the scenario? You need perspective with the things that you are dealing with. So again, perspective can come through perhaps spiritual guidance, talking to somebody who is dealing with a legal situation for you, talking to somebody who can help you handle your finances, talking to a friend who's been through the same situation, anybody who can impart some knowledge. Don't brush it off. You need this guidance, you need this help, you need the support in whatever way it comes. If you're moving house, don't try and do it on your own. If someone offers, say yes. All of these kinds of things. If you want to take action with something or make a decision, run it by somebody that you trust. And again, get into that position as if you're a bird hovering over the situation, detach from yourself in the situation, and that's when we can best make decisions that serve us and potentially the highest good in the whole situation. All right. There might even be some legal things going on here. But like I said, maybe there's a professional that is going to be there to help and assist. And maybe they're not a professional. Maybe they're just a friend, a family member, anybody that you might trust for information like that. All right. Anything else, please? Nope. Okay, that's it. All right. I really feel that we need to not lean towards negative thinking, negative behavior, negative thought patterns. It is exceptionally difficult right now. So don't be too hard on yourself. Be compassionate with yourself and try to be compassionate with others. A lot of people find that they're very short tempered, they're very easily emotional, they want to cry for everything, you know. And just know that this energy is messing with us to a large degree, but it brings shifts. As I always say, it's necessary upheaval. We cannot have change if we don't have major shifts around us. And if you've been asking for change, this is how it happens. Okay, just try to keep yourself centered, keep yourself level, and I wish you everything of the best for this week. Please take care and lots of love to all of you. Bye for now.